just started a live stream.
Oh, okay, bye.
Hey guys, welcome to the real crypto live stream where I figure I would stop this rally dead in its tracks by doing a live stream. That's typically how it works here at Real Crypto. Market does something, I jump on and it stops. So we're just going to stop the market right here dead in its tracks, and then you guys can go back to sleep again. What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Is everyone enjoying their favorite altcoins selling off today? What's up, Paul? Christina, how you guys doing? Hey, Josh Bell, thank you very much. I love them too. I wouldn't do it if I hated it. Trust me, I've done enough stuff I've hated. Not gonna do that anymore. What's up, Pete? Young Crypto. Got old crypto back here, buddy. What's up, G? Watching EOS die. Yeah, I know, right? It's been pretty epic. EOS, Cardano, Tron, just destroyed. The Ripple chart. If you want to see something that's gonna make you throw up, I mean, just look at the Ripple chart. It's just there doesn't appear to be an end in sight to the pain in Ripple, especially against Bitcoin. That's not even the bad chart. Let's go to the power hour spreadsheet. Check out the where is it at? XRP. Oh, there it is. It's right on top of it. Look at that garbage, guys. That is just wow. You want to see a destroyed coin? Ever since it kind of broke this channel here, we've been kind of out of it. I actually shorted it from today, so actually wasn't even my best short. My best short was on Cardano, but I got kind of fudded out of it for some stupid reason. But yeah, definitely held XRP, and XRP just dying. Everything's dying, guys. Everything in crypto, altcoin related at least, is dying. Bitcoin's doing great though. Everyone's selling off of the altcoins, going into Bitcoin. I'm sure you guys have noticed that. If you have not, let me pull up a chart. We were looking at this earlier during the power hour, and we saw pretty much the inverse relationship with the coin market cap essentially flat. So, I mean, look at that. Look at just the inverse relationship right there for the dominance. All right, come on. Come on. You can do it. You can. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Okay, maybe not. But you can see right there the up thrust, the down thrust there. My browser's even frozen. Okay, there we go. So you can see just the increase here and the decrease here. The blue is Ethereum. I believe that is Ripple, then Bitcoin Cash. But you can see the decrease, especially in Ethereum, for whatever reason, just tanking. And then you've got the overall coin market cap doing nothing. No new money influx. It's just money moving from left to right. Paying Peter to pay Paul is essentially what this is. So whenever this Bitcoin rally decides to stop, and not quite sure exactly where that is. It looks pretty healthy right now. I'm watching my other screen here. It's just marching higher. So whenever that decides to stop, you're probably going to get a nice pump in some altcoins. So right there, taking out the top of this trend line here. Been looking at this broadening wedge in Bitcoin. We also called it a bull flag, actually, a declining channel, which technically is a bullish sign, basically right there, which isn't how we originally had it drawn. But my browser for some reason is freaking out. Probably because BitMEX is going crazy on the other screen. Opinion on the altcoin run after oversold conditions like in December? Maybe, Tian. I'm not quite sure about that drastic. The overall market, I think a lot of participants have left, but there probably definitely will be an exodus back into the altcoin market. Yeah, so I don't want to sort this by percentage, but you know, I would look for some top tier coins. I would look for some top tier coins to do some top tier things. Now, probably the best ones now would be the ones that have relative strength. Not quite sure exactly. Let's go take a peek. BitCang, stop listening to this guy. You guys should have been here weeks ago. He's done to bear not paying attention to human behavior when momentum is around. Well, apparently, are you talking about me? You should have been paying attention, friend. You know, I do have a power hour that we do every single day, and I've done several public videos, I think at least, talking about buying at 6,400, 6,850. Really haven't done much about selling Bitcoin. We've been talking about all healthy action, so I'm not quite sure what you're getting at there, Bitcanics. If you want to point to something I've actually said, that would be great. But yeah, let's see if there's anything, you know, like relative strength wise. Like Monero's pretty good here, not really selling off. A lot of the platform coins are selling off. Ethereum usually good for a really good bounce if, you know, if and when we get that. But right now everything's just dying. And in a minute here we're going to go to in a minute here I think we should look at Ethereum overall. I think we should look at Ethereum overall because that's going to be interesting action. So yeah, EOS dying, Cardano dying, Tron is dying. Where's Tron? There's Tron's dying, Neo's dying. It's all dying. What's up, Ride the Track? How you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time. Nice to have you back. That's what I'm saying. Long time no see. Exactly. Nice to see you again. Getting pretty happy up here. We got 45 minutes left on my 2-hour candle that I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and take a peek. So 45 minutes left in a 2-hour candle. Good volume up here. Nothing egregious. Nothing super high. So this is sustainable, guys. This is not something that's just going to stop. This is fairly sustainable. So yeah, here we go. Just slowly moving up. Slowly moving up. And we talked, I talked about when I put out, actually, like I put it out right here. And by the time you guys actually saw it, it was probably up here. But we talked about here that you really don't get pullbacks in Bitcoin during these bull runs. And this is another prime example. You really had 2, maybe 3 pullback opportunities that weren't even necessarily that aggressive. And there you go. Now we kind of have, ever since we broke this trend line here, a nice bull run here, upwards of about 5.4%. That's not too bad. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Not mad at that whatsoever. Time to short is the question. Well, I don't know about that. It's so Bitcoin comes up and pulls back, comes up and pulls back. You get these pops and then it goes sideways for a while. In terms of shorting, I guess what do you want out of the short? Are you looking for a little drop? Are you expecting a big drop? Because with this kind of volume action, guys, just look at the difference here in the volume. Look at this. Look at the orange line here, which is your average volume line, just increasing here. And then we went down due to this little consolidation area here, and now we're right back up again. This is a lot of green volume. There's not a lot of I mean, it's a different looking market. The market has definitely shifted ever since we broke that 6,400 mark, pretty much right where I have this trend line actually. But ever since we broke 6,400, you can see, well, let me just bring this down a little further. Come on. You can see right there the shift from nothing to higher green volume. You do have some big sell candles in here. But those were eaten up, guys. Those large candles did not really affect the price that much. And so it looks like it's just going. When to sell? Not yet. It just, right now, it doesn't look like it. It just doesn't look like you sell yet. Good volume. Just keep holding on to that position. Hopefully you guys got in, you know, like I said, we talked about it buy at 64. We talked about it buy at 68.50. We talked about how you're not going to get pullbacks. And all of those things are working out so far, so that means that Bitcoin's kind of golden. It's going up here. We got all the altcoins failing. Like I said, like the Bitcoin of old. Like the Bitcoin of old. ZRX just down 10%. My goodness. Just tanking. There's ZRX. There's ADA. We actually have a head and shoulders in ADA, which we discussed in the power hour. You can see it right there, guys. You've got head and shoulders here with a huge downside potential to 1650, which is that's a huge downside move. I won't expect this to happen right now, obviously. This could take a week or two, but it could get there. That's a fairly well-defined head and shoulders pattern. There you go. Do you think this is people trying to get in before the ETF announcement and this is speculating? Jeremy, the entire Bitcoin market is speculation. The entire Bitcoin market is speculation. Of course it's speculation. Of course it's speculation. Obviously. In terms of the ETF announcement, I think what you have here is a little bit of that. I think you had a little bit of that. Um, if you like view conspiracy theories, those types of situations, if someone has some inside track on information and they think that this is going to the ETF thing is going to go through, then what they're doing is they're just accumulating a position, and then when the news hits, you're going to get 1,000-point pop, and they're going to sell into it. That's more than likely the strategy here, but it's probably going to take it's probably going to take the market out when that news hits. How high do you see this running? Well, so this line here is the top of this inverted head and shoulders pattern. 8,000 is going to be fairly strong resistance. It's a big round number. A lot of people are looking at it. It's got a couple of points here. It's actually about $80, $70 away from 8,000. So we're hitting right there pretty good. To be honest with you, this looks very healthy. There's a slight possibility. I mean, it could even run up to 10K, to be honest with you. Could even run up to 10K. So this is looking very healthy, very, very similar to this type of price action here. We'll have to wait and see what happens as we get higher, but definitely can turn around at some point. But right now, guys, it's good, so you got to go with the goodness. Got to go with the goodness. Randy, I spend a lot of money each time I go from Bitcoin to USD. I do this on Coinbase, but it's like $80 each time I do it. Is there a way I can do this without a giant fee? Am I missing something? Well, if you're going on, first of all, you don't trade on Coinbase, Phil. You trade on GDAX. So if you're trading on Coinbase, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. You can actually transfer to GDAX for free. They're actually, it's called Coinbase Pro. I'm not sure if they're pumping it currently on their platform, but it's called Coinbase Pro. And you would transfer all your money to there, and there you can actually trade back into US dollars. And you can do that for free if you use limit orders, but sometimes it's hard to get filled, and you sometimes do still have to pay that fee occasionally. If you can't get filled, you have to pay the taker fee, which is 0.2% in each direction. Where do you have your stop, Randy? I don't have a well-defined stop up here. I'm trying to avoid the big shakeout, so I'm kind of hawking the charts a little bit here. And based on this upward movement, I may move my stop probably up under this low at about 73 and change. Maybe even a little higher than that, to be honest with you. Maybe towards 76 now. 75 has kind of been a line in the sand. We may come down into 75 at some point, but I don't know about now, man. It's rocking and rolling. There's no wick at the top here, guys. It's holding strong. So this is going to be a good candle. And wherever this candle ends up bottoming out will probably be the next point where we're going to end up putting a stop for this particular trade down from the 64 to 68.50 level, wherever y'all got in on up here. So it's kind of what's going on now. Guys, I started doing this live stream so we could stop this Bitcoin rally, but it hasn't happened. So looks like Bitcoin's stronger than my streaming abilities, ladies and gentlemen. Stronger than my streaming abilities. All right, guys, if you haven't already, please go ahead and smash the like button. Everyone likes the like button, so it's free for you guys to hit it. It's not even like a super chat or anything. Just hit a little thumbs up button. You do it on Facebook 4,000 times a day, so do it here. 17 likes and 118 watchers. Come on, guys, come on. You can do it, man. 79.66. Last time I looked at it, it was 79.30. Just rocketing higher here, guys. Just rocketing higher. Pretty cool. Good volume. Look at, just very, very good action, guys. I don't know what else to say other than that. Yeah, it looks really good here. Really, really good here. Any questions, guys? What are you guys talking about? What are you guys looking at? Are you looking to play a potential altcoin bounce off of this? Because it has been a fairly aggressive And by fairly, I mean horribly aggressive, extremely aggressive sell-off in the altcoin market. So, you know, if we get that pause in Bitcoin, we probably will get a nice rally in altcoins. Ethereum plays absolutely crypto. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Not really selling off that aggressively here right now. I'm on the 2-hour chart, so oops, starting to sell off a little bit. Just dropped there a little bit as we were talking right there. And actually, Bitcoin looks like on my other screen coming down a little bit, ever so slightly. A little bit of a topping candle there. So could this be the top in this overall move? It's possible. It's possible. Maybe we can dig down a little bit deeper. Look at that nice green volume, guys. Everyone loves that volume. Yeah, alts are getting their butt kicked. It just is what it is, guys. I don't know what else to say to that. Don't know what else to say to that. Alts getting hammered here. Bitcoin coming down a little bit. A little toppy up here towards the 8,000 level. Definitely could be a point where people are looking to take some profits. It's had a pretty good run. It's had a pretty good run, that's for damn sure. So let's take a look at those top ones that have been selling off into. We've got, and Bitcoin Cash really underperforming here today. Kind of have a huge downfall earlier today. Very unexpected. I was expecting some relative strength, and it's not getting that. Not getting that. So we got EOS. This is against the dollar. Let's get back to the power hour spreadsheet. And down 5. Let's see what NEO's doing. NEO Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was looking to short NEO, but I can't short NEO, so I didn't short NEO. But that has just been, that's atrocious, guys. Looks like that target may have been hit. That was me throwing up in my mouth a little bit after looking at that chart. Target definitely was hit. Target definitely was hit. Thoughts on high SR reading? On the daily. I saw that yesterday, or was it earlier today? I think it was earlier today. I saw that earlier today, and you know, we could definitely be due some kind of a longer term pause up here. If you kind of look at Bitcoin on the daily, I'm gonna get me talking about daily charts here. This could be a minute. There we go. I don't think I really have RSI here. Okay, let's go to Coinigy. Go to Coinigy. There we go. Me? No, I don't. First of all, I don't get liquid anymore. And second of all, nope, not at all. Not at all. So let's go to the daily. We're talking about daily RSI readings. Yeah, pretty high daily RSI, but it can go higher. There's definitely plenty of room here for it to go higher. Like the run to 20,000. Pretty much all of these runs went over that top RSI level. So, you know, it looks like it has kind of a genuine top at about the 82 level. If you see here, there's multiples between 80 and 82. So RSI could easily get up to the 80 level here before it turns around. That's kind of been historically where it's gone to, because, you know, Bitcoin is kind of the cryptocurrency, so it can definitely get higher. But yeah, looking at the daily chart, something to note is that 200 period moving average, guys. That 200 period moving average can just roll us right over if need be, which it looks like it may be doing here. So we'll see what happens there. Definitely cross this trend line, which I didn't think we would cross in the bear market. So that could be something to watch. Definitely a bit of a change in trend right there. Not sure if it completely absolves us of this bear market, but it is. We'll see what happens in the next week or so, and then we'll kind of go from there. So when you get to these topping actions here, you see there's one here. There's a topping action here. This one took about 14 days to play out. This one took about 14 days to play out. This one, this would put us at 14 days out to the beginning of the month. So about a week or so. Let's see if this is, let's see if, how we act in the next week. You know what I'm saying? So we're in an area now where we breached a prior high, which is bullish. We also did that over here as well. Breached a prior high, and good volume on this breach, good volume on this breach. So, likening this run to this run, there is some room to go. We could even break this 200, like I said, even get up to 10K, which would be very interesting. That would be very, very interesting. But right now, it's looking very healthy. Nothing wrong with this chart. Where do you think an organic pullback would come back to from here? That's a good question. Where could a pullback come back into? So what we saw here is, I guess I kind of like that broadening wedge trend line. Kind of want to leave that there. So you can see here we had this what's up, Ian? How you doing? How you doing, Ian? FSA, Fombi, haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Man, some old folks here tonight. Glad to see you guys. Thanks for joining me. That's great. Except for you, Corey, wishing I got liquidated. That's messed up, man. I don't wish anyone to get liquidated. At all. Yeah, before I really quite understood what BitMEX liquidation was, I got liquidated a few times and destroyed a very, very profitable trading streak. I had 2 trades and I looked at my balance. I'm like, what the hell just happened to my balance? It was absurd. Absolutely absurd. Looks like Corey says 76.60. 76.60 is what he's looking at for a pullback. Yeah, that could be a decent place for a pullback on this particular run. Absolutely, that looks like a pretty good place. I'm a bear and bears must die. Who said I'm a bear, Corey? Who said I'm a bear? Guys, I'm a trader. I'm not a bear. I'm not a bull. I'm a trader. Okay? Just cause, okay. Let me defend myself real quick. Okay. Bull in a bull market. Bear in a bear market. That explains me in a nutshell. Okay? That explains me in a nutshell. Bull in a bull market, bear in a bear market. Understand your market cycle. Understand what you're trading in and trade accordingly. That's how you stay alive, guys. That's how you stay alive. Randy, I missed your streams because of me being across the world as far as time zones go, but I always watch your videos. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Ride the Track. I appreciate that. Well, we are teabagging the world with cryptocurrencies, Ian, so it's that's a fairly accurate statement. That's a pretty fairly accurate statement. Did the trend of Bitcoin change? I don't think it's completely changed yet, but I think it's leaning in it's leaning a little bit in that direction. We're breaking some barriers and some levels that we should have kind of already continued to the downside at this particular point in time, and we didn't. We ended up going back up. So, and this is it's hard to make a lot kind of out of one consolidation and one move, but this is a different Bitcoin behavior than we've seen in the past. And it's at a different part of the market cycle. The last time that we had this bullish behavior obviously was down here. And this downtrend here took us almost 2 months. I mean, 55 days to the ultimate bottom here. And then, before we broke out another 20 days. So 72 bars of bearish action down here, failing to undercut the prior low. Well, it undercut it, but only by a few dollars. And then a very well-formed inverted head and shoulders pattern, and then nice consolidation and movement up. It doesn't immediately change the trend. We're still below the 200-day moving average. There's still a few boxes that kind of need to be checked, but it's leaning in bullish direction. And you go with the market, guys. You really go with the market. you really go with the market. I'm a trader till the end, so we talked about the inverted head and shoulders. Yes, I was bearish here. Yes, I was bearish here. So what? So what? You know, you're not going to win them all. We go bullish here, we go neutral here, and then it fails again. And then we got bullish here. We talked about 2 buy points here that we didn't really talk about too much buying over here. I had one defensive buy at about 8,500, 8,550 over here. And then we actually talked about buying immediately after this pop. There was a little pullback here at about 78 and change. We talked about buying there. We talked about buying there. Went neutral here. Flipped that back to bearish once we broke down from one of these levels. But in this scenario, it's a little bit different. Again, taking out a low, failing to take out another low. Very well formed inverted head and shoulders, coming down to basically, this does almost look like a declining wedge at this particular point in time. Almost does look like that. And a break to the upside, breaking that trend line. Good bullish volume. I wish it was higher volume, but we don't always get what we want. You have to trade the market you're given, and right now the signals look really good. So you go with the signals, and that's about it. I mean, that's about it. You know, anyone that says that they knew 5,800 was the bottom, guys, you can't know that. It's just, you know, I'm top right. I'm never going to get the bottom right. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, not in this particular. If there was capitulation, we could have called that one pretty simply. But in this situation, the inverted head and shoulders may be our signal. In which case, 60 for 100 was my earliest entry to be involved in the market. Would be right there. Should you take a position now, or is it too risky after the pop-up? It's a little risky up here. It's a little risky up here. If you want to take a smaller position, you don't have to take a full position up here. Now, keep in mind, at some point, Bitcoin will come back and retest a level. We don't know where that's going to be yet. We're still kind of in the middle here. I mean, this is almost looking like a measured move scenario now, to be quite frank with you. There's a possibility we may measured move this up, which could take us to 85.23. If we view that as a measured move, that's something that could happen, which may actually coincide right up here with this 200-day moving average as this gets a little lower over the next couple of days. And there's some selling at 8,000. Everyone's got the point where they're going to sell. And there's big round number, guys. There's probably going to be a little bit of selling here, and you just kind of saw that pop into the markets. Was 5,800 the bottom? I don't know. I don't know. Right now, it's a pretty good candidate for the bottom. It's a pretty good candidate. A little higher, or I should say, a little. You know, at a minimum, to be honest with you, I kind of expected a breakdown of 5,000, maybe 4,500, and then maybe a run up, because this action was more bullish than recent past, and it looks like 8,000 is a good point of resistance here, guys. It's actually coming up. It's actually selling off pretty good right there, at least on BitMEX it is. Also getting a little bit of support, a little bit of both. Just saw $1 million fly through BitMEX on my other screen there. Quarter mil there. Big orders right there. Another 200,000. 200,000. Saw some flurries of sales, but the sales are not. 150 sell, 200,000 sell. $422,000 buy, and it's flying through here, guys. It's just flying. 135,000 buy, 133,000 buy. So it's flying through. It's flying through there. What's the next support after 8K? Well, 8K is not really support, Angie. I don't really think so. I think your support level is going to be this point at about 7,800. I think that's your support. 8K would be resistance at this particular moment in time. If you're referring to it as actual support and resistance, 8K would be resistance. Right now, this level 7,800 would prove to be, could possibly be support. Seen some big sell blocks going through there. Yeah, so there's some big sells right there. There's about 500,000 sell. I want to have a long position in EOS. Is there a specific reason you're typing in all bolds? Just a little weird. Just a little weird. Screaming trades on Binance too, Richard. Yeah, there's a lot of money at play right here, guys. Another whale fight. I mean, this is really good volume on the GDAX. Look here, go to the 2 hour. It's really good volume up here. This is exceptional volume. Exceptional volume. Very good. In terms of your long position to EOS, I don't know if I would be, super involved in EOS. Although I will say, whoa, Cardano down 14%, EOS down 10%, Tron down a bunch. Wow, Ripple cave too. Double bottoming a little bit here on the 2 hour, but wish I would have held my Cardano short. That sucked. Kind of pissed I got shaken out of that. Little bit upset I got shaken out of that. Yeah, in terms of entering your EOS position here, I don't know. Mudunuri, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correct. Yeah, I don't know for sure about entering an EOS position. If you're looking at it versus Bitcoin, it's just been slaughtered. To be quite frank with you, EOS has just been obliterated. Where is it at? So there could be a potential. I mean, if I don't believe in catching falling knives, to be quite frank with you, at all. I don't really believe in catching falling knives. So I would not be buying down here. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, though. But I really wouldn't be catching these falling knives. Even if Bitcoin doesn't sell off right here, if it consolidates at 8K and goes higher, EOS is still going to sell off. There's still, what's EOS's market cap? And what I mean by that is that it still has plenty of room to sell off. It's got about 7 billion left to sell. Not really. That's not how that works. But anyway. Will altcoins pump? Someday they will. Someday they will. I'm not sure about today. Safe target on this rally up. I'm not sure if there's a safe anything in the markets generally, but I mean 8K. I mean it's going right back to 8K. Man, 79.79. It was down a little bit lower. It just popped up about $20. Very strong here, guys. Very strong here. I hope this isn't just ETF BS popping this up. If it is, it's going to fail. But we can't know that really until after the ETF announcement. Let's get back to cryptos. Let's get back to Bitcoin. Yeah. That's a great rally. You can't argue with that. Just can't argue with it. Sound is low? Shouldn't be low. Maybe I talked a little bit lower, but sorry about that, Marky Mark. What about Siacoin? What about Siacoin? Don't really look at Siacoin that much. Let's take a peek. Siacoin, Bitcoin, Bittrex. What about Siacoin? Why would you make me throw up like this? I don't like throwing up. Throwing up hurts my throat. Siacoin, garbage. Avoid it. No bueno. No bueno. Like the rest of these. Pretty much all garbage at this particular point in time. Neo looking like garbage. Still holding at 32 against the dollar. That's not too bad against the dollar, but against the Bitcoin, it's looking pretty bad. Most of these are looking pretty bad. I have most of these against Bitcoin. A few of these are tethered against the dollar as well, just to kind of give us a little bit of, just to give me, I guess, a little bit of clarity in terms of chart performance. But I wonder what BNB's doing. Wow, cratering. BNB's cratering like everything else. How about XLM? Let's take a look at XLM. I think we got it down here still. Down 5% is XLM. BConnect. Ooh, Fombi. Fombi, you're correct. If we don't have 100 likes, I got to talk about BitConnect. So there's this great coin called BitConnect, ladies and gentlemen. It's at all-time lows. Its previous high was 400. Now it's at like 42 cents. So smash that like button if you don't want to hear about BitConnect. I think I'm kind of over the BitConnect thing. It was pretty funny for a couple of videos, though. That was pretty fun. Hopefully no one actually bought BitConnect. Like seriously, hopefully no one bought BitConnect. That would be pretty bad, pretty bad. I did not do Bitcoin Cash, Eduardo. I poked at it for a second, but I didn't. We didn't really do too much with it. I will say this about Bitcoin Cash, though. It kind of underperformed versus Bitcoin today. I will say that. Still stuck in its bear flag. This is on the daily chart. It's been in a bear flag. So is Ethereum. Hold on a second, guys. Heard something strange in the other room. Babe? You alright? Oh, never mind. Okay. We have a huge fat cat, and so for our kitty litter box, we have a fairly large plastic tub container, and the wife just dragged it across the floor, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Yeah, she cut her hand open today. Had to go pick her up from the urgent care during the power hour today. Thank you guys for doing that. And we kind of got a bonus in the later part of the power hour. So interesting. ZEC USD up 4%. Fairly interesting. Fairly interesting. Yeah. So Ethereum. So we talked about Ethereum being in this bear flag here, and very, very interesting action in some of these top altcoins. I mean, obviously we know Bitcoin's rallying 79.87 so far, liking that, holding up above 8,000 and really close to 8,000 is very bullish, guys. And like I said, how many days ago now did I say that? Looks like about 6 days ago. You're not getting many pullbacks in Bitcoin during a bull rally in Bitcoin, and that's proven to be the case here. Not too many pullbacks. Not too many pullbacks. All right. Still don't have 100 likes. Man, you guys suck. Unless you guys, for some reason, can't hit the like button. Maybe you guys broke your finger. I think they broke their fingers, everyone. I think they broke their fingers. A correction in BTC. Looking for an entry point. Well, a roll. I'm not quite sure when you're going to get that pullback entry point. Well, not you, Kevin. If you hit the like button, of course you don't suck. I like you, Kevin. All you guys that hit the like button, I like you guys. Hey, a couple more hit it. I don't know why. Just 100 likes just makes me feel happy. Do you think Bitcoin dominance could be a problem in the near future? Not really. No. Like I said earlier, guys, in the extreme stream here, is that in terms of coin market cap, really haven't been. This isn't anything new. What we're seeing right now is just a simple swinging of the pendulum from left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left. If you look at the overall coin market cap, and I recorded a public video earlier that I didn't post, I guess I probably should. We haven't seen 300 million market cap since early June, June 12th. It crossed under 300 million market cap, and then we have yet to go back above it. And we've kind of just been going sideways, oscillating, and money's kind of been sloshing around. And right now it's all sloshing into Bitcoin. So, no new money to come in as of yet. No, probably means no new bull market as of yet. 8,014. There we go, crossing the 8,000 threshold. And Ripple bounced a little bit. Looking at a point to close my short. These shorts don't stay this good and this aggressive forever, so kind of looking for a good place to cover this Ripple short that I've got going on. And I'm thinking about it, but it's not really that dead yet. Please look at Ven, AA. Absolutely, I can look at Ven. Sorry if I missed your comment. Every tip, I have no idea. I don't really get involved that much with the actual projects. I generally just kind of stick to the charts. So Ven, there we go. Ven, the coin that just hates itself. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier today too. We were talking about Ven in the power hour. We're like, you know what? The whole market's falling apart, but Ven fell apart first. Then fell apart right here. The question you have to ask yourself is it going to fall apart again? So far, the answer has been no. It's been holding pretty steady all day today. So that is pretty interesting that Ven is relatively very strong against the Bitcoin. I think that's a pretty interesting action, but relatively it's been weaker as of late. You can see the volume there just increasing and the thing just getting obliterated. XLM, yeah, I did start talking about BitConnect a little bit. Sorry, I get distracted. I kind of have squirrel going on every once in a while when I hear something fun. Yeah, XLM rolling over with everything else. I'm not much to talk about there. You know, guys, I am what's known as a momentum trader. I trade momentum. I trade chart patterns. Okay, I trade volume. I trade price and volume action. I don't buy falling knives. So I'm not really interested in anything. You know, the momentum here is to the downside, so I would be shorting like I am with Ripple. I would be going along Bitcoin because it is obviously kind of leading the way to upward, or the only thing doing upward. Denny's 109 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's like pulling teeth. Oh, I got one dislike. Oh well. Oh well, I'm gonna have to. That's it, guys. Stream's over. I got a dislike. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Bear traps on the alts. No, Jeffs, it's legitimate selling. You can see it flowing into Bitcoin. That's actually what we're witnessing as we speak, is the flowing from alts into Bitcoin. For now, essentially right now what's happening is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. As Bitcoin gets more bullish, Bitcoin gets more bullish. And then people want to be involved in Bitcoin because it's Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin gets more bullish. It becomes a momentum train is pretty much what happens. And at some point in time, it will stop. And whenever that does happen, you know, 8,000 proven to be some decent resistance. It's really hovering around that level. They're selling off into the 8,000 level. Actually, this could be pretty good for a top right here. I'm looking at the 2-hour candle on my other screen, and we're getting a pretty high volume signature. I'm probably going to call at least a subsequent short-term top here at 8,000, to be quite frank with you right now. So, yeah, I would be probably looking to take a little bit of profit up here. Very high volume action on my 2-hour candle, and that's probably going to prove to be a top. Yep. Which means, do we get a flow back into alts? Maybe. Guys, look at some alts. What's popping? Is something popping in alts? I don't know. Is it? It could be. It could be popping in alts. We'll have to wait and see. But this could just be a pause. This could be a pause similar to like what we had over here. Like I said, what I mean by a short-term top is that we could consolidate off of this level, is what I mean by a short-term top. Doesn't mean we drop immediately. Doesn't mean you short immediately. Okay, I have to remember this is a public video and not my power hour. Guys, in the power hour, look for some clarification before we take trades like that. But I would say this is at least a short-term top. You know, good high volume here on the 2-hour candle, pretty akin to what happened over here. You know, price appreciation was healthy but wasn't egregious, and you can see something similar here, stopped and put in a little bit of top, and you could have bought it at that top for the next, what is it, 4 or 5 days. So there you go. ETH going up slowly for the last 15 minutes. Well, that's probably due to the fact that Bitcoin is kind of slowing down here and kind of pausing, getting some of that money probably flowing back into some altcoins. Probably, which is probably why I saw XRP rallying. So I should probably, son of a bitch. While I'm talking to you guys, I missed my good exit. Missed my good exit. Oh well. Still made good money on that trade. It's about a 60% trade. Shoot! Missed my good exit. Now, yeah, the question, so Cardano now down 10%, Tron now down 10%. Ooh, Tron with a nice bounce back here. I wonder if Tron's going to have a big bounce back. Tron got obliterated. Cardano. Bitcoin 79.70 still. Maybe we just pause here. It's hard to say, but yeah, it's at least done for right now. It's at least done for right now. Where can we get maximum gains in futures at alts or BTC? It's going to be specific alts. It's going to be specific alts is what it's going to be. Which alts? I have no idea, but it's going to be specific alts. And I'm going to tell you this, Bitcoin is going to outperform about 98% of the market. Well, that's probably too much. Bitcoin is going to outperform probably about 70% of the market. And there's going to be a few that will outperform Bitcoin. The problem is knowing exactly which those are, and you can't know that. That's something you can't know. You don't get to know that ahead of time. That's something that you can only look at with good price action, good volume analysis, good chart pattern analysis, good accumulation knowledge, distribution knowledge, blah, blah, blah. So alts probably will give you better returns. The question is which one? Or ones. Yeah, Cardano on the 2-hour looking pretty nice, like a nice little bullish candle here in Cardano. That one may be pretty good. Relative to Bitcoin, if Bitcoin falls and Cardano goes up, this thing could rocket up pretty good. Maybe a situation where yeah, you take a flyer on Cardano here. Speaking of which, think I'll take a small flyer on Cardano. Ian, you slept through the power hour today. You can't do that. That's impossible. Can't sleep through the power hour today. Analysis on theory that XLM is currently rhymes with ETH USD from May to 2017. Ian, that's actually way too in depth for this. I'm actually about to cut the stream short. I'd have to do quite a bit of analysis there. Hey, my ADA trade's already profitable. That's nice. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow in the power hour. That's going to take a little bit to run through that. I don't really have the bandwidth nor the time right now. It's about 11 p.m. Gonna get a little tired here. Jeremy, F whoever disliked your video. Don't agree with you, but you help me. You help me be much more conservative in my trades and help me understand entry and exit points. Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate that. I'm glad I could help you out. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And I guess on that note, I am kind of a teacher. If you guys do like my information, I do have the power hour that I do talk about. And we do it every single day. Go to my website, real-crypto.com. You can click on power hour. We talk about the markets every day for about an hour. It's actually about an hour and a half. You should just call it the 90 minutes of power. Yeah, it's a good time, guys. It's a good time. And every single day we cover all kinds of topics. We answer all the questions, and it's about you guys, whatever you guys need to be a better trader. Jeremy said I helped him out with entry and exit points. And that's what we do in the power hour. We help with whatever you guys need help with. It's like anti-FOMO, anti-FUD. It's anti-everything. Anti-everything. So anyways, if you guys are interested, check out the power hour. real-crypto.com. Or just go to a website and poke around and tell me what sucks about it, because I'm thinking about revamping it a little bit. So give me some feedback if you hate me, or if you love me. Tell me what really sucks about my website and what you guys would like to see on it. So Neil Long, so there's a couple questions on some altcoins. We talked about, and there's Ethereum pumping a little more. When this Bitcoin thing pauses, we're probably going to get a pump in alts. And it looks like we're pausing here. Wow, still knocking against 8K. And the alts are pumping right now. That's interesting. 79.98, 8,000, and we're getting some alts pumping. That's some interesting action right there. That's some interesting action. Looks like a few things are a little overdone in terms of altcoins. This is really high volume here, though. It's getting pretty high. Let's go to the 15-minute just to kind of peek out there. 2 minutes left. You can see a big wick right there. We'll see how aggressive this volume gets, but I mean, this really isn't looking like it's done. This is looking like just a pause, to be quite frank with you, at least on the 15-minute time frame. Man, sitting right there against 8K, just kind of hanging out. Cardano pumping. Ripple's pumping a little bit. Not as hard as Cardano, though. Screen's slow loading, guys. I must have... it's about my computer? No, computer's good. Just data. Maybe it's just BitMEX. You got Tron with a huge bullish candle right here. Sorry, I'm looking at my other screen, guys. We got Tron. There we go. Tron with a nice green bullish candle. This could be a nice reversal on Tron. Potentially. I say potentially because look at this nice reversal candle. That didn't do a whole hell of a lot. This one, good volume though. Pretty good volume on that particular candle. So maybe getting some nice reversals here. That's a big downside wick, guys. That's a really, really big downside wick. So some nice reversals potential here. Neo pumping here. Maybe do something good, even though Neo, whatever. Neo's not that great. And then we got XRP. Probably should have held that short and just long Cardano. XRP still not looking like it's done going down. Wish I could have shorted 80 or Ontology. We couldn't, or I couldn't at least. ADA looking pretty good here. Oh yeah, Cardano, the one I just said. I took a long entry on Cardano. We got EOS. Lots of volume coming in on these bottoming candle guys, so pay attention to that. And Bitcoin still knocking at 8K. Knocking on heaven's door. Ethereum up 3%. That's against USD. One last BNB long. Think about BNB long? Let's check it out. Maybe that's a huge candle right there. That could possibly be a bottom in BNB. And so in the power hour, we talked about this long-term trend line in BNB. I never actually, BNB was acting really strong relative to Bitcoin, and it's just, I guess, just crashing with Bitcoin getting healthier. So, not quite sure. Not quite sure how that sucks. Sucks for BNB holders. Can you brief it up, real crypto? Yeah, Bitcoin's running. It's pausing at 8K, and we're starting to see a reversal in altcoins. And if we see a reversal in Bitcoin, we'll probably see the altcoins continue to rally. Probably a little bit harder here. That's kind of my general synopsis overall right now with the markets. So 8K looks pretty good for a pause right here, guys. I should just call it frickin' Bitcoin. Just call it a frickin' day. Crypto hodler. I respect your TA, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Never too excited or depressed. You present things as it is, always being multiple scenarios in play. I think only a great trader can stay calm, move in any direction. Thanks a lot. You're very welcome, Crypto Hodler. I appreciate the kind words. I do try to stay calm. To be honest with you, it's a little easier when I'm on the microphone with you guys because I know that's kind of my job. So it's a little easier for me to do that. Just kind of, because I know that people are around and looking for that kind of guidance. And if I can't show calmness, how can you guys expect to be calm and not FUD or FOMO, right? So there you go. But I appreciate that. All right, starting to sell off here a little bit in the Bitcoin. And we'll see what happens from there. But good volume on that potential top. We've got some reversals in some altcoins. So yeah, we may be done here. Is Cardano hugely positive yet? Oh yeah. Go Cardano. You gotta like when a trade instantly gives you 89% ROE. Oh man, I'm glad I stayed up tonight. Usually I just kind of go to bed and don't really think about the crypto markets, but based on all this action that we've been having, I've been kind of hanging out, and I'm really glad that this one's actually worked out pretty well. Sometimes sometimes it's difficult to do the right thing in the moment. And you know, I took some profits up here at 8K, not at 8K, a little bit below 8K here. So this is just such a high volume candle. I'm not going to let it go to waste. It still could continue, guys. Keep in mind, this isn't even relatively high volume. Look at the daily. This isn't even relatively high volume. So there's definitely a possibility that we can continue higher. I'm not saying the rally is completely over. I'm just saying that I think we're probably due another pause, and so I'm just going to take some profits up here and go a little bit long on some of the alts, or at least I'll just hold this Cardano for a little while. Maybe I'll just hold Cardano, and then do that. Nick, you close your short and long it? Awesome, Nick. Woohoo! Good job, Nick. That's fantastic. That's dope, my friend. That's awesome. So if you did it with me, then you're probably, well, depending on what platform you longed it on, you're probably got a pretty good little profit right now after you close your short. That's fantastic, dude. Seriously, good job. Being able to flip something like that is fantastic. Doesn't happen very often. You know, normally can't do that with the expectation of something being profitable, but when something, you know, is so extreme to one direction, especially with altcoins, because, you know, they're just all over the place, right? So if you can get a nice swing like that, that can prove to be pretty nice. Pretty nice. So good job there. Yeah. That's what we like, guys. That's what we like. Good job. It's fantastic. Indubitably, sir. Indubitably. Ooh, software update on my iPhone. Oh, it already updated my iPhone without me even knowing. Thanks, Apple, for taking more of my space. Held my last ADA short too long and stopped in a loss. Yeah, that sucks, Nick. It's hard when that happens. Hard when that happens. But one rule you should have is never let a really profitable trade turn into a losing trade. That should be a rule. That should be a rule. Did we break the declining trend line? You talking about the overall one in Bitcoin there? Or which one are you talking about there, Upham? If you're talking about Bitcoin, we actually did. We actually did break this long-standing trend line in Bitcoin. Now, does that mean that we instantly switch to bull mode? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Paul, I did not talk about Nano because Nano's been garbage. Nano's been garbage. We don't. So that's why I don't talk about Nano. You know why I don't talk about Nano? Let's go look at Nano for a little bit. Look at the garbage that Nano's been. That's Nano. All time, you know, pretty much all-time lows, at least according to Binance here, which it may not be all-time lows, but that's why I don't talk about Nano, because it's why would I talk about a dead squirrel on the side of the road? That's what Nano is. Nano is a dead squirrel on the side of the road. It's a distraction stopping you from making money in coins. That's what this chart is. That's exactly what this chart is. It's a dead squirrel. Squirrel. So yeah, you guys, follow the coins that behave the best. Follow the coins that trade the best. Follow the coins that are going up. Follow the coins that have good volume setups. Follow the coins that have good chart patterns. Follow the coins that are being accumulated. Don't follow the coins that are dropping 70, 80, 90%. Why? Because you're going to get 1,000% on the upside? How many trades do you see do that? How many do you see, oh, this thing got 1,000% because it came right off of these lows? Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Stocks that are going up, or I should say coins that are going up, make you money. Coins that are going down, lose you money. It's pretty simple equation. ONT Neo, Joey, I could have given the same speech about ONT. Exact same speech about ONT. Rolling over lower here. Could this be a bottom? Possibly. I don't necessarily bottom buy like that. Could we get some bounces and some coins from now? Absolutely we could. Absolutely we could. Could ontology be one of those? It could, but here's a list of about 80 coins that could also do that. In terms of, the coins that are performing best, those would be the ones that I'd be interested in. So Neo, actually, someone mentioned Neo here a little bit ago. Pretty big green candle right there. It is an ultimate bottom. Like, I probably wouldn't do this. I did just long ADA, kind of for similar reasons, but this one was behaving the best the earliest. Notice it's up 2% now, although Neo's up 3.5%, so there you go. That's looking pretty good. What else is up? Omise goes up. That's against the dollar. Okay, yeah, so Neo's up 0.87% against BTC. ADA is up 2% against BTC. And then we've got IOTA's up 1% against BTC. ZIL up 1%. And you have ZEC up 3%. And that's about it. You got VEN against the dollar up 2%. So that's not equivalent. So you want to get in on the most relatively strong coins in the market. Those are the ones that will usually do the best. Now, nothing in trading's for certain, doesn't always work out, but there you go. That's kind of how that works. Look at Ardor. We do have Ardor up here, as a matter of fact, and it's still moving lower. So not really enjoying that. Not really enjoying that too much. Here's the Binance pump. Someone in the Power Hour, I forget who, talked about Ardor down here, and I said, yeah, you can probably long Ardor if it gets over this prior high, which it did, although I kind of thought it would go a little higher. I thought it would get up towards 31, 32, but it didn't even get close. It stopped at 29 and rolled immediately over, so avoid. It's an avoid. Mana. Ian asked about Mana. Let's take a look at Mana. What is Mana doing? We didn't look at Mana today, but down 6%. Kind of avoiding that curving action right now. I would kind of put this back into wish it would have category. So far, not a whole lot going on there with Mana. ETC. Come on, ETC. Where are you? Where is Ethereum? Oh, there it is. Ethereum Classic. So we pretty much, Ethereum Classic was moving pretty good, basically based off of the Coinbase news, and we noticed this trend line here based off of this point and this point. I think we did have something drawn up here before, but it really wasn't quite right until this point was put in. But once it crossed that again, we pretty much wiped it off of our list, and look what happened after it crosses the trend line. 20%. Think that's an accident? Tends to not be. These trend lines tend to work out pretty well. Pretty well. Ooh, Errol's saying Ethereum's starting to pump. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Up 4%, kind of in line with what Bitcoin was doing. Up 3%, 4%. Bitcoin Cash up 5%, 6%. Coming back. So Bitcoin's pausing. The money's going back into the altcoins. Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum also being recipients of that. Litecoin not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. Nothing. Not mad at any of those ones. You got Zcoin up 6%. Looks like leading the percentage race. Bitcoin Cash a healthy second. It actually now just crossing 6%. So not doing too bad here. But nothing technical on most of these to really get involved with. Bitcoin basically had the best technical chart in the market, and with good reason. Ethereum still stuck within this bear flag, and is going to be for quite some time. It's got a lot of work to do to get out of it. You can see there's a lot of action to be had up here. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to call it quits here in a little bit. Get a couple last minute questions in, and then I'm going to bail. Going to get out of here. Someone asked about Litecoin. Litecoin. Suresh, if you give me a ticker symbol, I'll look at your smart cash. I'm not going to go digging for ticker symbols tonight. So yeah, Litecoin doing okay. Litecoin's doing okay. It's not extremely bullish here. The volume here isn't very good. Overall, I'm not necessarily super impressed with its action. BQX. Here we go. Down 7%, really spiking into lows. Nope, not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that at all. OST. We don't have OST. That was one of our old ones, wasn't it? OST, that simple token? Yeah, we haven't talked about OST in a long time. What are you doing? Failing and dying. I think we took that off the spreadsheet. We took that off the Power Hour spreadsheet. And it's not really bouncing very much here. A lot of other ones looking better. How big is the next resistance for Bitcoin? That's a hard question to answer because it's a very vague question. How big is the next resistance for Bitcoin? I could take that a number of ways. So there's, Bitcoin just crossed a big level of resistance right about here. Okay, that's going to be a good technical level of resistance, a prior high. Also, this breakdown point here for me was a level of resistance right there. And yes, I hit control. So why don't you draw my trend line, for crying out loud. So living above these two levels of resistance is pretty good. There's going to be a couple levels going forward, but the next major resistance is probably this 8,800 and then 10K. That's probably the next largest resistance right about there. Suresh said, smart move since I said I didn't like it. That's okay. I'm not going to like every coin that has a move. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way, and I don't have it up here. I guess I can try to look for it over here on Coinigy. And if I remember right, it is on Coinigy. It is on Coinigy. Okay, smart. Let's take a peeky peek. 1 hour. Let's look at the 6 hour. Had a move since I said I didn't like it. Well, not much of a move. There's not a lot of price action beneath this green line here. So I don't like this at all. At all. Not one iota. If you want to tell me why you like it, I can tell you why I don't like it. I don't like it because it's not showing any upward momentum at all. At all. Unibright bought the rough diamond out there. Fundamentals are great. Data Dash advisor partnership with Microsoft. Perfect small cap. What? Okay, first of all, I don't think Data Dash brings anything into an advisor standpoint, to be quite frank with you. He's a guy on YouTube. I don't think he's really... And there are no fundamentals in crypto, so sorry, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And the 200 MA coming up, Gomer. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The 200 moving average is coming up. In Bitcoin, that is going to provide some resistance for sure. And it's right there. There's the 200 period moving average. So, yeah, we definitely could rally up into this at some point in time. Holding still good at 79.67. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Holding up pretty strong here. Encash. Yep, we'll look at Encash, then I'll get out of here. Nope. So, I mentioned I don't like coins sitting at lows. I mentioned I don't like coins pointing downward. And you bring up a coin sitting at lows pointing downward. My analysis is going to be the same. Basically, it's an avoid. You don't buy things living at lows like this. You don't buy things sitting at bottoms, especially with no volume. Like, at least here, a little bit of volume came in, but the run only lasted like 1 day here. Looking at a smaller term time frame, you've got, I guess, a little bit of bottoming right there. That's a pretty decent 2-hour candle. I'm not super mad at that. Could you get a bounce out of it? Absolutely. Is it a leading coin? No. It is not a leading coin. It wasn't one of the first ones to pump. Oh, looks like I already have it here. Down 2.6%. So it's just one coin out of 1,000, just like it. One coin out of 1,000 just like it. If you guys are going to invest in cryptocurrencies and trade in cryptocurrencies, find the best 3 and 4 and trade those and avoid the rest. Period. And those 3 and 4 will shift from time to time. They'll shift between, this coin and that coin. So if you're looking for momentum, you can look for it from that perspective, shifting around. So Oda asked about XLM. We've already addressed XLM. I think so. I think I did. I know I got squirreled by it once. Okay, so there's XLM. So XLM doing okay. It's doing okay. Looks like it kind of had a little bit of a double bottom right here. Looks like it may rally. Still is kind of higher. Notice it's not living in lows like a lot of other coins. Also, in the longer term, it is stuck in a very wide, very big symmetrical triangle. You can see right there, looking a little similar to what Ethereum looked like back towards third quarter of 2017. And yeah, so hopefully maybe this works out and we can have another good run in Stellar. It's been a while. I think everyone forgot that they liked it so much when it started pumping out of nowhere. Is now a good time to buy Litecoin or wait for a small pullback? If you're really interested in Litecoin, let's go take a peek. It's doing okay. I don't know about, what do you want out of a small pullback? It's lows here to 73. It's at 86, so it's not really that aggressively higher. It's only gone up 16% from these ultimate lows, on this most recent action. So, if you like it, get it, I guess. I'm not a big fan. It's not something I would be arbitrarily picking up at this point in time. We don't have very good volume accumulation, so not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Word XLM USD. That's what it is. Hassan's extremely bullish on Litecoin, especially when the ETFs get approved. Well, actually, this morning in the Power Hour, we kind of read through the paperwork that the ETF filed with the SEC, and they mentioned they're only doing Bitcoin. So Litecoin has nothing to do with that. Litecoin has nothing to do with the ETF, and nor is it really in the future. But in time, I'm sure Litecoin will have something like that. But I wouldn't be. I'm guessing if the ETF does get approved, it probably will kind of lift a lot of the market. You'll probably see some money flow into the market at that particular point in time. So it will probably lift the market, but I can't say it's strictly due to the ETF buying Litecoin specifically. It'll probably be part of the ship in the harbor that gets lifted by all the money flowing in. Top 5 cryptos, Craig? Don't know if I have top 5 cryptos. Be honest, I don't really care. Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin, and then right now ADA, because I'm in it, and then maybe Bitcoin, and then maybe the next 2 coins that run really well. I don't really care, to be honest with you. And that's a very subjective question also. It's a very subjective question. I can't say, I have a favorite coin because, I have favorite coins that I like because of projects, and coins that I like because of price action, coins that I like because I think they have staying power. There's other coins I like because I think they're interesting, even though they're not worth a damn. So there's all kinds of things I like, but in terms of a price percentage perspective, Bitcoin, Ethereum, probably Bitcoin Cash as we get into a bull market eventually. Bitcoin Cash now up 7%, taking over Zcash here. So Bitcoin Cash showing relative strength, which is more normal in this market. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Bullish, good time to buy ADA. Wait for a pullback. It's an okay time to buy ADA. It's probably gonna rest here a little bit. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Bitcoin gets going again. It's not selling off from 8,000, so we'll see what that happens. But all right, Bullets, see you tomorrow in the Power Hour, my friend. Yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and just talk about the Power Hour one more time. If you guys do like my stuff, please join the Power Hour. Check out my website, webinars, blah, 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 stuff and things. I'm going to bed. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. See you next time, and I'll stop the Bitcoin run for you. Have a good day.